Coming up, a western Wisconsin state senator officially announces he's running again. Plus, a World War II veteran is honored for his courage nearly 80 years ago.
And temperatures tomorrow looking more like winter compared to spring. I'm tracking the latest in your forecast.
Live from the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is WEAU 13 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. A La Crosse man dies after the SUV he was driving rolled over in Jackson County. The Wisconsin State Patrol says the crash happened last night on westbound I-94 near Black River Falls. Troopers say the 42-year-old died at the scene of the crash. He was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. This crash is still under investigation. 3 people are hurt after a rollover crash in Vernon County. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office says a 19-year-old driver came to a slippery stretch on County Road P in the town of Christiana. She lost control and the vehicle rolled down an embankment and stopped on its roof. The driver and her 2 passengers were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. A Chicago man is sentenced to 2.5 years in federal prison for his role in a 2020 drive-by shooting in La Crosse. 28-year-old Keith Jones pleaded guilty to the charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm in December. Jones was one of 3 men arrested in August of 2020 after police say they fired multiple shots from a van toward a blue sedan. Officers found bullet holes in homes nearby on Mississippi Street. One of the other men involved in the shooting, Antoine Taylor, was sentenced in December to 5 years in prison. State Senator Jeff Smith says he's running for another term in Madison. Smith kicked off his campaign for re-election in the 31st State Senate District this morning at the Eau Claire County Democratic Party headquarters. From the town of Brunswick, Smith currently represents most of the city of Eau Claire, as well as parts or all of Eau Claire, Dunn, Pierce, and Jackson and Chippewa counties, and all of Pepin, Buffalo, and Tupelo counties.
I feel a responsibility to continue to serve the 31st Senate District in the capacity that I have because I didn't just get elected for one term and walk away from it. We have a lot of work to do.
Smith was first elected to the seat in 2018. He previously served in the state assembly from 2007 to 2011. According to the Wisconsin Elections Commission, 2 other candidates have launched campaigns to replace Smith. Amber Provance of Pepin and David Edstonson of Whitehall. Both are Republicans. The primaries are set for August 11th. Home inspectors from across the state spent part of their weekend in Eau Claire sharpening their skills. The Wisconsin Association of Home Inspectors held one of its biannual trainings in the Chippewa Valley. Home inspectors got the chance to do some hands-on training and listen to speakers. Chippewa Valley Chapter President Terry Elliott says over the years, the industry has seen some changes.
A lot of our work has become pre-listing inspections where these sellers will contact us and they'll say, we want to know what's going on with our home. We don't want any snags with the transactions. We want the buyers to get into a nice home.
Elliott says one of their biggest goals as home inspectors is to keep families safe. The Chippewa Valley chapter is one of 5 chapters of the WAHI in the state. A fair focused on education is bringing together parents who homeschool their children in the Chippewa Valley. As WEAU's Leanne Stapleton shares, the fair allows parents to connect with one another and find a few good deals. In previous years, Green says there were about 40 booths signed up for the fair, and this year that number hit 50. Green says it's exciting to see the fair grow and to see more people coming out to see what homeschooling resources are available in the Chippewa Valley. Coming up in Sports Scene 13, the Brewers take on the Mariners in today's spring training game. First, how one country is honoring a World War II veteran in Minnesota. Nearly 80 years after the Battle of the Bulge, one Minnesota veteran is getting one of the world's most famous military decorations. Marissa Voss shares how a European nation is honoring him. Clear skies tonight and tomorrow will give way to a cold finish to the weekend, with March expected to go out like a lion heading into this week. Meteorologist Derek Dahlman has all the details next in your Skywarn 13 forecast.
Climb, and then by Wednesday night and into Thursday, could see some of that snow unfortunately mixing back in, but of course we'll continue to keep an eye on that.
So March is definitely going out like a lion, and hopefully April will come in like a lamb and stay a lamb.
Yeah, weather-wise right now we'll have to see, but I can say temperature-wise it's looking to be a cold start to April.
All right, well, thanks, Derek. The City of Altona's Frosty Fun Series wrapped up today with the Frosty Tuna Fat Bike Race. Cyclists hopped onto their fat tire bikes for a fun and free 3-mile race. Participants raced around Altona's River Prairie Park. Altoona City Administrator Roy Atkinson says the miles of bike trails at the park made it the perfect location for the race.
We chose River Prairie for our event because we have around 3 miles in biking networks here, and provides a really good loop to host the event. And just a beautiful scenic route. Our aim is to get people using our trails all 4 seasons.
Winners of both the men's and women's divisions got $100. There was also a prize drawing. Atkinson says gift cards for that drawing were provided by a number of bike shops in the Chippewa Valley. Coming up next in Sports Scene 13, spring training continues and one Brewers newcomer makes a grand entrance. Well, great. Thanks, Derek, and thank you for joining us. Our next newscast is coming up tonight at 10.